Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists, episode 535. My name is Kyle.
My name is James.
And my name is Zach.
And we're here to talk about movies, movie lists, and movie obsession for the next hour or so. Happy Father's Day, guys.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to you, Kyle.
Oh, thanks, James.
No problem.
We started recording and I immediately spilled my coffee.
Your coffee?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Like all over your keyboard and stuff?
No, just over my empty desk.
Oh, okay.
So it's manageable.
Sure. So this is the dad cast.
Yeah. In honor of the Dadcast, we're only talking about movies that have to do with fatherhood.
I mean, that's probably
I'm
what
not
we should
prepared
have
for this
done.
week.
Hey guys, how's it going?
We are talking about a movie, though, that is related to Toy Story. And when Toy Story, I mean, maybe it's still just as hot and I'm just not in that circle anymore. But when my son was little, it was all about Buzz Lightyear toys. Like Buzz Lightyear toys, Monsters, Inc. toys. I mean, Toy Story toys in general. That was like his favorite stuff, basically.
I don't think my kids have heard of Toy Story.
Yeah.
My son likes Toy Story a lot, but we don't have any Toy Story toys in the house.
Sure. Because you're depriving him, or they're not available, or what's the...
I think they're not a toy that interests him.
Okay.
Like
we
he
have
likes...
that Slinky Dog toy.
Oh, yeah. Is yours voiced by Ernest, or is it the later ones where they got rid of the voice?
No voice. Just a Slinky Dog toy.
It's a deep cut joke.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, no.
We might have we do have a plastic Woody that sells shoes at the Barbie shoe shop.
What?
Oh, okay.
So we have when she's playing Barbies, there's a Woody that is the shoe shop owner of a shoe shop, and he sells shoes to the Barbies.
Is this from Toy Story 3?
No, she doesn't know Toy Story. We just play shoe shop when we're playing Barbies.
I thought you meant like this is a set from the movies.
No.
I don't remember
classic
that.
Woody we have, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if it was from Toy Story 3, no wonder I don't remember that, because that movie sucks.
No.
Ridiculous.
Galen had Woody jammies for a while, so he would dress up like Woody.
Okay.
And he'd always do like
if
what the
Woody
shark doesn't.
wore pajamas.
Well, I mean, it was for him. Jammies were dress up clothes. So.
Oh, okay. So they weren't pajamas with Woody on them. They looked like Woody's costume.
Exactly. It was the Woody costume in pajama form.
Gotcha.
Correct.
All right. I've been brought up to speed. That makes way more sense.
James, you're just so removed from having a small child. All these things don't make sense to you anymore.
They really don't, and I'm fine with it. 100% fine with it. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
It's Sunday.
Good day.
We've all seen a movie, and now we've gathered to talk about it, as we've been known to do 534 times in a row, at least. If not more than that.
More than that.
Kyle a little less, but he listened.
I was just waiting in the wings for 400 and some odd episodes.
Right. For sure.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. If you're a dad, happy Father's Day. And if you're not, sorry about that. I don't know. What do you say to people who aren't dads?
Oh, I think it depends.
Should have been a dad.
If they wanted to be a dad or not.
Sure. Or if it's even possible for them.
I mean, that could be part of the want. Yes, is it possible?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go around today and just saying Happy Father's Day to every man I saw. That would be a little presumptuous.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Presumptive. I swallowed my word there. Presumptive. Or presumptuous. One of those two. Elijah 4. Oh, come on. That's no. That's a different scenario right there.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
I like to think that there are some listeners out there that don't know that James has a soundboard and just thinks that Kyle says that every time as a cell phone.
I just
Yep.
own myself by going,
Yeah.
Twiddle, Allegia 4. You got chwiddled. I like that one.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 535. We're going to talk Lightyear, the Pixar spinoff. You consider this a spinoff? I guess it's a spinoff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Prequel.
It's a prequel. I guess it is kind of a prequel.
If it didn't have that text crawl at the beginning, it wouldn't be. But because of that,
Right.
I think it's in the main universe.
Yeah.
I think it takes place a week before Toy Story.
Not
exactly,
That's not when they
but-
filmed it, but maybe that's when they released it.
No, and he immediately bought it.
Yeah, he demanded a Buzz Lightyear. We'll get into it later.
We'll get into I think we should really discuss how this movie fits into the whole Toy Story canon.
Absolutely. We need to do that. In fact, this will be a failure of a discussion if we don't finalize exactly when he bought the toy. Okay, so before we jump into that, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping. There's a video version of this podcast on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search Cinereelists, find the podcast there, and watch us while you listen to us. You could also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Cinereelists. We appreciate all and any support. Support us on a $3 level, get extra after show audio, a little more than that, and you can get Cinerealist swag. You could also leave us an Apple podcast review. We would appreciate that. 5 stars only. Or send us a listener email to heyguys@cinereelist.com, REE with an S on the end. Send a comment, a question, a list suggestion, a movie suggestion, a games suggestion. Later on in this episode, we're going to be playing a game that was listener recommended over email. You can do that as well by emailing us, heyguys@cinereelist.com. You guys ready to get into this? Or does anybody have a check?
Oh yeah. No check-in.
No check.
Let's
Just
do this.
ready.
It's all business for Lightyear, which we're going to discuss right after this clip.
Let's review our objectives.
Kill the robots.
And don't die.
Don't die, it's just something you want to do every day.
It's still an objective.
If I may, we have one objective. We need to put this crystal in the turnip and get out of here. So, to do that, we have to get onto the base.
To do that, we have to kill all the robots.
To do that, we have to destroy the Zurg ship.
And to do any of that, we have to not die.
That was Lightyear, a 2022 American computer animated science fiction action adventure by Pixar Animation Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Productions. This movie was directed by Angus MacLean. It stars the voices of Chris Evans, Keke Palmer, Peter Sohn, James Brolin, Taika Waititi, Dale Soles, Uzo Aduba, Efren Ramirez, and Isaiah Whitlock Jr. The official IMDb plot synopsis for Lightyear is: while spending years attempting to return home, marooned Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear encounters an army of ruthless robots commanded by Zurg who are attempting to steal his fuel source.
That is absolutely the plot of this film.
That's the best plot description we've had from IMDb in quite a while.
That's good.
I would
That's
say.
good. Yes.
Yep.
It hit it. It did it.
It did. It hit it. So yeah, Lightyear, based on the Buzz Lightyear character from the Toy Story series franchise. We're gonna do this conversation in 2 pieces. Probably a general conversation about our thoughts on the movie, spoiler free, and then a pretty short spoiler discussion at the end of the podcast after the podcast ends. So there's definitely like 1 or 2 things we want to talk spoilers, but the bulk of it will be in this spoiler free conversation. What did you guys think of Lightyear?
Well, first, can I explain how this movie fits in to the other Toy Story movies
Sure.
for maybe people that aren't aware? Because I think there's been some confusion about what exactly this movie is supposed to be. The conceit of this film is that the boy in Toy Story, that had the toys,
Andy.
Andy.
Andy. He saw a Buzz Lightyear movie in the theaters, right? Loved it so much that he went home and bought a Buzz Lightyear toy. That's the idea.
Didn't buy it. Got it. Wanted it for his birthday.
Okay.
Did it say wanted for his birthday?
Please, let's focus on these details.
These are important details. That's the whole point of Toy Story. Is Buzz Lightyear is his birthday present. He's the new toy.
That is not the point.
That's not the point of it. But he's right. That is in the movie.
That's what gets the plot going. Is that there's this new toy that he got for his birthday, and it's a Buzz Lightyear toy. And that's right. So, it's not the theme of the movie, but it's the catalyst to the movie.
Yes, but the movie might have proceeded very similarly had he got the toy himself versus received it as a birthday gift. Either way, it was the fact that it's the new toy.
But I'm just saying the details are important.
Okay, I'm going to back up just because, again, this is to clarify and be not confusing. Okay, so Andy saw a movie about Buzz Lightyear that he was so excited about that he got a Buzz Lightyear toy. Okay, this movie, Lightyear, is the movie that Andy saw in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we watched. We watched the same movie that Andy watched in the theater.
Right. So as far as timeline goes, if Toy Story was released in 1995, then in theory, Buzz Lightyear was released in 1995. And we're now watching a movie that's 20-something years old.
Yeah.
27
Correct.
years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the Toy Story universe.
Right.
Which I don't know how that, maybe they're out of sync with us.
I believe the Toy Story universe is more or less in alignment with our universe. So like when a movie comes out, if it comes out in 2013, our year, it takes place in 2013, Toy Story year.
Andy has aged that much since type of thing.
Correct, yeah.
I mean, that holds up as far as like the themes of the movies over time.
Nice. Well, this movie is very progressive then for its time.
Yeah,
it really is.
Really ahead of its time for a 1995 kids movie.
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah, what'd you guys think?
So as a movie, I enjoyed it. I had a good time with this movie. The animation is some of the best I've seen from Pixar. I think the last time we saw space animation was WALL-E, which looked good. And then this looked incredible. I was just visually, I was having a treat with it. I read that they they animated some sequences to make it look like it was shot with IMAX cameras.
Oh, really?
It wasn't, obviously they weren't, because it's all animated, but like the idea is they're trying to get like the focal length and the, just I don't know enough about cameras that you guys probably know more about this, but they tried to animate it so you got the appearance that you're watching in IMAX,
That's
something
cool.
shot in IMAX at that time.
That's cool.
So I definitely I don't know what those sequences were, but I was definitely pretty impressed with a lot of the I guess sort of the space action sequences that we got. Was this, and I saw this as a movie that like an 8-year-old kid would see and be excited for. Was this a Buzz Lightyear movie? I'm not sure. Like Buzz Lightyear was in it, but I didn't see a ton of connection between the Chris Evans Buzz Lightyear and the Tim Allen Buzz Lightyear. They look the same, and Chris Evans was definitely like, or some of the dialogue that this character was using was then similar dialogue that the toy uses, but just like the personality of this Buzz Lightyear was very different than the personality of the toy Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, interesting. Can you describe to me the personality of Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story movies?
So yeah, I would say in the Toy Story movies, Buzz Lightyear at least comes off at first, he's very cocky, very self-confident, and very much wants to go it alone, and which is heightened. And I would say there are similar personality traits to this Buzz Lightyear, but it's a little bit more toned down.
Okay.
So I guess for me, this movie works as a animated kids movie. I think this movie would have been fine if it was not tied to Toy Story or Buzz Lightyear universe whatsoever. I think it could have stood on its own.
Okay. Nice.
I generally disagree 100% with Kyle. I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine. Please do.
I mean, this did not hinge on whether I liked the movie or not, but I feel like the toy Buzz Lightyear is a piece of plastic come to life that has like 6 catchphrases in it. And that's the thinness of the character when Toy Story begins, right?
Yeah.
He's just this guy that has full of bravado and shouts catchphrases, which is what the toy version of the guy in Buzz Lightyear would be. Kind of this,
especially him at the beginning of Lightyear.
Yeah.
Right. Him at the beginning of Lightyear is definitely his most Buzz Lightyear-iness.
Sure. So using like a little bit of creative interpretation, I think it makes sense that the Toy Story character would just be like a super shallow version of what a kid might want in a toy from the guy that we saw on screen in Lightyear. But I think they should have used Tim Allen. I don't think using Chris Evans was necessary at all. I think it could have very easily been Tim Allen. I don't know. Maybe they thought kids would have too much like cognitive dissonance when Tim Allen's voice came out of a slightly different looking character compared to toy Buzz Lightyear. I don't know why they changed the voice, but
or maybe it's because the Tim Allen voice works better for that catchphrase Buzz.
Could be.
And then, having Chris Evans works better for a toned down. Not that the Toy Story Buzz doesn't go through his own progression over those 4 movies or anything. But.
I know Tom Hanks does not voice the voice of Woody Toys.
It's his brother.
It's his brother. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So there's precedent for the toys having a different voice actor than the original.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not upset that they didn't use Tim Allen, but I don't care about hearing Chris Evans voice a character either.
Are you sure you're not #justice for Tim?
No, I don't care about it that much. That's for sure. I enjoyed it. I think there's definitely, the Pixar movies, there's a spectrum, right? There's like the ones that probably kids don't like. They're not like top tier kids movies, but adults can really relate to the underlying thing. And then there's the one that hits the balance perfect. And those are like, top tier. And then there's some in the middle where both sides might enjoy it. And maybe some more where only kids enjoy it, which is maybe where I'd put the Cars movies for the most part. And this one is, I think kids will enjoy it. I think parents will enjoy it, but parents won't go home and think, I got to buy that on Blu-ray for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody's going to watch this movie as an adult and walk out of it and be like, yeah, this is a animation classic and I can watch this again on my own time and appreciate it.
The only adults that might do that are when there were kids when Toy Story came out.
Sure. Yeah. Whereas like the unfair thing is if I went to go see Minions 2 in a month, I would never have any expectation that that was even a possibility that I would ever want to see this movie a second time, much less on my own as an adult. And so the Pixar movies carry that weight that like we know what they can be. They can be like a WALL-E or a Soul or I don't know, even Turning Red to some extent. And just kind of the movies that have more for adults in them. And I just don't think it's that movie. But it was entertaining. I wasn't mad at it. How about you, Zach?
Well, I thought this movie was awesome. It was great. It's it's a space adventure movie, like an old school style space adventure. It's absolutely a kids movie. in the sense of what James was saying is that like it's not made for adults primarily, and it's it's a fun kids movie, but it's not a pandering kids movie where the jokes are really lame and childish. It's none of that. This is a straightforward action adventure space movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It is not pandering to kids, but it's super fun, and I think it works. Like the characters have reasonable motivations, understandable. Like there's very little in the movie that doesn't make sense internally, with the film, like what they set out. There's no like hard left turns that are just like, well, this is silly, and why are we doing this? Or like, I don't understand the choices they're making. Everything is self-consistent, which is not true for a lot of movies, most kids movies and a lot of adult movies either, So as far as story construction, I think it's very tight. And that makes for just a satisfying movie to watch. And then it has all of the tropes that you want from your space adventure film. And it's done very effectively, I think. So it's just a fun ride. I was like, there's only maybe 1-2 minute stretch that I was bored. Just because every movie wants to have this little section where, everything slows down and they contemplate, their decisions and that kind of thing. But other than that, it's super easy to watch. It's very lively and fun. There's some great twists and turns that I was not expecting there to be twists and turns in this film. So that was really cool. And Taika Waititi was in it. And lately I've been finding him annoying. And I wanted to be annoyed by him in this film. But eventually I decided I'm not actually annoyed by his acting in this film. He's not being annoying in this. I was annoyed that he was in it, but he wasn't actually being annoying in it. So I had to not be annoyed at him.
I was annoyed by his character a little bit. Because I do think they use his character to continually make mistakes that would create obstacles for the mission, the crew at the second half. And like by the fourth time he dropped something, I was like, okay, like it seemed that felt like a little lazy, a little that kid tropey thing of we're gonna have a bumbling character, and that's gonna make everything harder for everyone else. And I think they went to that well a few too many times.
I get what you're saying. The thing is, people that are super clumsy all the time, right? They don't just turn it on and off. They're just clumsy people.
Yeah, but it's using a clumsy person is for me, it's a bit of a lazy writing style.
Sure.
We need to stretch this out or make this harder than it needs to be. So let's have someone clumsy involved.
I would take that character any day if it comes paired with the other character, that old felon character, which I thought was such a fun character to have on screen.
Yeah, and we haven't mentioned it, but the cat, right? The cat was pretty much the star of the movie for me.
The cat got a lot of laughs in my theater.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a comic relief fun character that is not annoying, which is so rare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some of the jokes were like not obvious jokes, like having the cat do like beep boop noises and stuff like that is not something that's like, you're not making a joke about a cat type of thing. It's something that somebody thought through and wrote, and it's original to that specific character, and it went over well. And then they continued the joke by having it do other sound effects throughout the movie. Because it's a cat and it wouldn't naturally be making those sounds. I thought that was
who played the cat?
That was Peter San.
Yeah, who works for Pixar. He's like
Great.
He's like I think he's an animator, or he's an old school Pixar guy who I believe voiced the cat as a scratch track, and then they just kept it because they didn't think they could do better.
I think he did great. Yeah.
For sure.
I did find this surprisingly violent for a Pixar movie. Like, not in the sense
I thought they held back.
Well, no, I mean, not in the sense of like blood and things like that. Just a lot of guns being shot. This is an action adventure space movie, so
Sure.
that's in line with what I expect from that genre. But just from Pixar itself, like Pixar is not a studio that has they haven't done action a ton anyway, and definitely having weapons of any sort is not something that they have a ton. So that was it was not jarring. It's just something I noticed. From
Were
a
there
Pixar movie.
actual guns? I thought they like just shot lasers out of their arms and stuff like that.
There was some sort of handgun style weapon with the bugs.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Yes.
Plus,
Yeah.
I think the felon shot like a bazooka or something.
I remember the bazooka. I remember
Yep.
lots of like energy swords, but I don't remember guns. But it's possible. I was not paying that much attention. So
I clocked it too, just because I was like, oh, if I showed this to Kayla, I'd have to explain to her what a gun is.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
So maybe later down the line.
Like Galen saw it and he liked it. He's also watched Star Wars and all that other stuff, so he understands the concept of guns and everything. But
Sure.
Or blasters, at least.
The joke that got the biggest laugh from my audience, and by biggest I mean one person laughed at it, and it was the guy next to me, and that joke probably made the whole movie for him, because I don't think he laughed at any other joke, was when Buzz he gets in the cockpit and the AI computer was like not loading, and so he takes the module out of the cockpit and like blows on it like it's an old Nintendo cartridge.
Sure.
The guy next to me lost it over that, and I was like, I mean, I relate. I thought it was funny, but this dude, like 30 seconds to compose himself after that joke, and I was like, wow, that worked for that guy.
and that's a joke that works on us now and would totally work on an audience in 1995.
Sure.
Yeah. There were a lot of jokes that made my audience laugh. I don't remember if I was laughing or not, but like I'll say when the AI congratulated Buzz in the cockpit, that got people laughing, which I thought was pretty funny. A lot with Socks, the cat, I thought was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the dart gun was probably the biggest laugh.
Right,
Dart
with
gun.
the cat, the dart gun with the cat.
Oh yeah,
The dart
Yeah,
gun
yeah.
with the cat. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, both times.
Both times.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had its moments, and it was definitely entertaining, and pretty to look at, and fast moving. It just misses. The only thing it misses for me is kind of that bigger, bring it all around, heartfelt something or other that Pixar can inject in some of these movies, and I think it has some of that. It's just not as important as some of the other elements. And you can tell when they made this movie, they knew that.
Yeah. It's not going to make you cry.
Right.
It's not going to make you reflect on your life and reach an epiphany, which some Pixar movies like aim and kind of hit,
Yeah.
It's not
Sure.
Up and it's not Wall-E, it's not Inside Out, but, or Soul, I guess, for some people. But one thing I like is it has a couple themes that it's trying to hit, right? Like, do you go it alone? And honestly, I think the biggest theme, which is something that I think I want to think about more, is what do you do with failure? I think that's the main theme of this film. It's like, what do you do with failure? Like feeling like you failed and there's nothing you can do to change it. That's an interesting idea that like, just most movies don't have an idea like that to talk about. They don't aspire to cover something like that. So I think, I don't know, I was impressed that they stuck with it so consistently and didn't shy away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it might be related, but you've also got like making the most of a bad situation. You've got like a little bit of that going. You've got being so obsessed with success that you never bother to plant roots, or you know what I mean? Like the people around him have built lives, and he is so obsessed with success that he never does that. He never like really has any. At one point, he says he has no friends except for one, and that person's gone. So, yeah, that type of stuff. I feel like the ground was laid, and they did resolve all of those things. It was just far more shallow than what it normally is.
Yeah.
For Pixar.
Yeah, there wasn't that one big moment.
Right.
That one emotional moment where he has this epiphany.
And I feel like the science of this movie is better and more clear than in Interstellar.
Yeah, I completely.
Oh yeah,
they explain time dilation to kids in like 10 seconds.
Right. Interstellar took 2.5 hours to get to explain it, and still people walked out confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else with Lightyear?
And it looked great. So good.
Yeah, there was definitely direct homages to other space action adventure movies.
Mm-hmm.
But then a lot of the aesthetics just seemed slightly influenced by other things. So like there was moments that kind of remind me of Alien. There wasn't like not a specific, this is an alien crib, but just like this whole set design looks like Alien, or this whole, ship design looks like something from Interstellar. And it was interesting to see how much of, years of space sci-fi has been baked into this movie. Not always directly, just by influence by other things that have been out there. I thought that was really fun to watch.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I liked the visuals in general, like the production design. I like when Pixar doesn't have to go colorful. Like they do it well. They did it well in WALL-E. They did it well in this as well. I mean, colorful's fine if story suits it, but I think it was probably pretty fun to animate this as a Pixar animator, I imagine, especially if you've worked on a couple movies for them, because this was like a lot of industrial design and, planetscapes and stuff like that compared to more cutesy stuff or, I'm sure it's all fun to work on, but this seemed different than what they had been doing for the last 10 years or so. And I don't remember anything in it that was like mind-blowing tech-wise. You know what I mean? How some movies you're like, look at the hair, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There was nothing in this to me that like blew me away in that way, but that's okay. Doesn't have to.
What I thought was kind of cool, and I noticed every time, was when Buzz was in the ship and he had his visor down, and then the console would be reflected on his visor.
Sure.
Which is also very much a 2001 Space Odyssey nod to when Dave's in the pod. But like that was just a cool detail that you don't see in a lot of movies, is reflection from like whatever they're looking at on their visor. And I think that was a little extra step they took, which was I noticed.
Yeah. Anything else with Lightyear before we talk spoilers?
No, I'll have some more to say in spoilers, but
all right. Let's letterboxed rate Lightyear out of 5 stars. What are you guys gonna give it? I'll give it a 3.5.
I'll also give it a 3.5.
I'll give it 4.
2 3.5s and a 4 for Lightyear or Lightyear. If you'd like to hear a spoiler discussion on Lightyear, stick around at the end of the podcast after the closing music, and you will hear a brief discussion on the film. It's time for our list of the week. It's the top 10 movies with a unit of measurement in the title.
With a unit of measurement in the title.
Right. So who came up with this list? Whose baby is this?
I did.
This is a Zach list.
This is a Zach list. Zach, I mean, I know what inspired it, but what inspired this?
Well, so the name of this movie is Lightyear, which is a unit of measurement. Do you guys know what it's a measurement of?
How long it takes light to go a year? How far it can go in a year?
Kind of.
What would you going to say, Kyle? You said kind of.
Yeah.
What does kind of mean?
Oh, it's the distance you can. Oh man, it's the distance you can travel at the speed of light. But there's a third point. I'm missing a component to it.
Okay, it's not that complicated. It's just the distance light travels in a year.
There you go. A distance light travels in the air.
That's basically what I said, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
How
So
far
most
light
people
can
think
go
of
in
it
a year.
as a unit of time because
Uh-huh.
it has year in the title, but it's a unit of distance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know how far light year is?
It's not a measurement of time, but it is based on time.
Well, it's a year long. That's how long the time is.
Sure.
It's a measurement of distance. It's used to say how far away things are.
Because
Whose year though? I mean, isn't time's relative?
yeah, is it the Greek calendar or the?
No, it's relative to a year on Earth going.
Oh, so from us observing from Earth, it's our year how far light travels.
No, if light travels at the same speed regardless of the observer. So even if we were going half the speed of light, light still travels at the same speed. Light does not change its speed based on the observer.
I mean, do we know that, or is that just a?
We absolutely know that.
We absolutely know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Zach, our local PhD physicist in the house today.
No, that has been studied and proven in countless experiments.
How come we measure things in light years instead of light minutes?
Because we're using it to say like how far away stars are. And so the reason we use it is to make those numbers manageable. Like a star is 4 light years away.
Gotcha.
If we did light minutes, then the closest star is now,
40 trillion.
Yeah, exactly. Light minutes away.
Gotcha.
So the only reason we use it is to make numbers manageable to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, light travels at the same speed regardless of the observer. It can travel at a different speed through different substances, right? Like light will travel slower through wood than it will through empty space. But it doesn't matter how fast we're going, light still travels at the same speed.
Okay. Through empty space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a vacuum is how they would
in a
normally
vacuum.
say it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Makes sense.
Do you guys
All
know
right.
how far that is? How far a light year is?
No.
Any guesses?
Closest to
no,
the pin?
because I'm going to be completely off, so I'm not even.
I know. I want to see
I'll
who's
go
going to be
first.
more completely
I'll
off.
go first. What's the question again? How many?
How far is a light year?
Can I get can I get like feet, miles?
Yeah,
What-
in miles.
In miles. Okay, in miles. How
in inches.
How far can light get over the course of a year? How about 496 million miles?
Okay.
I'm just going to go one higher and say 5 billion miles.
Okay. You're both incredibly far off. It's almost 6 trillion miles.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trillion. All right.
Yeah.
We are truly specks in the universe.
So that is a million millions.
My strategy was to take whatever unit James used and go one higher than it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a mind-bogglingly large distance.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the only explain the prerequisites of this list. What's the?
So I almost did. I could have done movies that have just a unit of distance in their title, but I decided just any unit of measurement. So if the title of the movie has a unit of measurement like Lightyear does, right? That measures distance. If this is a unit that measures other things, then it counts.
And how did you order your list?
By how much I liked the movie.
Okay, so it had to have a unit of measurement in the title, and if it did,
Yeah.
you took all those movies and ranked them against each other based on
I did.
how much you like them.
Yeah. Did anyone do it different?
Yes, I ranked mine by how obscure the unit of measurement is.
Okay.
Interesting. Zach and I use the same criteria because we are rationally thinking human beings.
Oh no,
So-
I like all these movies. We're just gonna get more obscure as we go through the list.
So your number one is like a Stadia or a Qubit or something.
But my number one, you cannot guess.
Oh, wow.
Don't challenge us.
Yeah.
What if I got 3,000 guesses?
Well, I've seen only 2,500 movies, so yes, I think you could guess it.
Yes. Okay, nice.
I'd like to see you come up with 3,000 guesses, Zach, without repeating.
All he has to do is guess 3,000 movies.
You could come up with 3,000 movies off the top of your head without doubling.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're saying.
No,
He's
no.
on top of
Some
his
of my
head.
guesses would end up not being real movies.
All right.
Well, I will say that all my movies though are movies I like. They're real movies. The units are obscure, but the movies are not.
Wow. Cool.
Interesting.
That's like a slug line for our podcast.
I would say most of mine aren't obscure. So one of them's incredibly obscure.
And I think we've agreed we're not going to talk too long about these specific movies unless you really want to.
We're probably spending more time setting up the list than we're actually going to talk about the list.
This is more for fun, and then we're going to play some games.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Who wants to go first? Zach, it's your list. You go first.
My number 10, I don't actually like this movie very much, but why not have a range, right? Because we're talking about measurement. It's 7 Pounds. That's the Will Smith movie. That's just very sad. It's a very depressing movie. And pounds. That's a unit of measure.
I agree. It's a depressing movie. My number 10, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Well, right off the bat.
Oh, Inch. Nice.
Nice.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
My number 10 is Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Now, by day, do you mean 24 hours or do you mean like sunlight? Like
No, I
12
mean,
hours.
I mean as an Earth Day, so 24 hours.
Okay, nice. Number 9, 8 Mile with Eminem.
Number 9, Green Mile without Eminem.
Number 9, 127 Hours with James Franco.
Nice. My number 8, Gone in 60 Seconds.
My number 8, Footloose.
Why not
Foot?
Footloose?
It could be foot.
Footloose.
Foot is not a unit. You said
Footloose.
Foot.
You said foot.
Oh, you know what? That's a movie with Will Ferrell in it. I know what he's talking about. Okay.
Footloose.
Sure. That's what I said.
I just want to get the mystery of why you said foot.
This is Hollywood, and this is reality right here.
Footloose. Nice.
My number 8 is a Buster Keaton movie, 1 Week.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
a good one. My number 7 is A Decade Under the Influence, which is a documentary about a decade of movies and decade, 10 years.
Okay. My number 7 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well done.
Ooh, a
I like
massacre.
it. Yes. A massacre. Yeah. And Mass is another one.
Sure. Yeah. That's a double.
That's a double.
It's a double measure.
Is mass a unit of measurement, or mass is something you measure, but it could be different? Well, I guess we do it mostly in grams and kilograms.
Yeah, mass is not a measure of
It's not
a
a
unit of
unit.
measure.
No.
Yeah. But, you know,
An
I'm
acre is.
still
Yeah.
still proud of you, James.
So it's not a double.
My
Yeah.
number,
I'll give you the double.
I'll give you 1.5.
Okay.
It's clever. I'll give you points for cleverness.
Well, he didn't realize it.
I
So
know.
it's not clever for him.
Acre was clever. How dare you?
Acre's clever.
That was good, yeah. My number 7 is short term 12. And however you want to define a term, could be 4 years, 2 years.
Oh,
That's
I don't
weak.
know about
That's
that
weak.
one.
Semester.
Weak.
Yeah. Is that
That
a
is
unit
term
of
a
measurement?
measure?
Yeah.
Mm,
I think it depends on what your
Can you use it in
scenario
a
is.
sentence where you're measuring something with term?
Yeah. How many terms has he served? Oh, he served 4 terms. There. That's your
What-
unit of
No,
measurement.
no. Who served 4 terms?
How many terms has that senator served? Oh, he served 4 terms.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
It's not a set unit of measure. It's like an implied based on. It's a situational unit of measure.
It's a
evidently.
colloquial English kind of situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
All right.
technically it's right.
I'm not mad at him.
Oh, I mean, you're probably getting madder as we go here. So don't worry. If you're getting mad at term, we have a long ways to go.
My number 6 is Infinite Football. It's that documentary I talk about a lot where a guy thinks that he wants to, he came up with superior rules for the game of football. And
Nice.
foot is my measure.
My number 6 is Cemetery Man. Cemetery Man.
Cemetery Man.
From 1994. We talked about it in the Forgotten Films of 1994.
Nice.
My number 6 is the man who shot Liberty Valance.
Shot?
Yeah, a shot is 1.5 ounces of alcohol.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done. Well done.
I'll accept it.
Well done. I wouldn't have thought of that. Okay. My number 5 is A League of Their Own.
Sure. A league.
A league, yeah. Being like, what, 3 miles or something in the water.
Yep. Number 5, the aforementioned 8 Mile.
Nice.
My number 5 is Atomic Blonde, and this could be either the atomic number or atomic mass of an atom.
No.
The atomic number is not a unit, because that's just a
Atomic number is not a unit.
It's a specific number. It's not an actual measurement, right?
Okay.
Unit is you use to measure something, like how many, but like that would be atomic unit, not atomic. Like how many atomics does this have? 7?
Okay, fair.
But you just any excuse to throw in Charlie's Theron into your list.
In a list. Oh, she in this movie? I missed that.
All right. Tell me if you guys know this one. My number 4, Cool Hand Luke.
A hand?
Yeah, that's how you measure the height of a horse, by how many hands high they are.
Sure. I've heard of that. Yep. My number 4, speaking of horses, the killing of a acre and deer. Acre in sacred.
Oh, you reused acre? I tried to not reuse. I didn't reuse any of my measures.
Well, la-di-da.
Have you finally seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer?
You mean finally? I saw it before you did.
No, you did not.
I saw it when it came out. And then years later, you watched it.
I saw it 3 years before that.
No.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's dark. I'm surprised you like it, but you do.
I surprisingly gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, it's got what's that guy's name in it?
He's good. I don't know his name.
So good. He's the same guy from American Animals.
Yeah. He's way better than he should be at everything he does.
Yeah. He was also in that other movie that you didn't watch that you should watch. Killing of go ahead, Kyle.
No, you guys can finish up.
Okay.
None of us have seen Hedwig and the Angry Inch, but that would be perfect for this list.
That's
Barry Keoghan.
Not Inch.
Barry Keoghan is who I was thinking of. He was also in The Green Knight.
Yep.
Dunkirk.
He's good in that.
American Animals I mentioned. I'm trying to figure out the movie you need to see with Barry Keoghan. You need to see Calm with Horses. That's what you should watch.
I've never heard you talk about this before.
Absolutely, I've talked about it. It's an Irish crime drama from 2019. So it's pre-pandemic. Maybe that's why you can't remember it. COVID.
I love horse movies.
Sure. Well, this movie might not have a horse in it. I don't remember.
Right.
I don't remember.
No.
But it's really good. And he's good in it. Has a great, it's like one of those movies that kind of feels a little meandering, and then like the last 10 minutes is so good.
Sweet. I'm in.
I think it was on my top 20 for that year.
Okay. I'm
just defending myself. You said I've never mentioned it.
No.
I have.
No, I did say that.
All right, Kyle.
What's your number 4?
Yes.
What's your number 4?
My number 4, this is in line with Zach's Cool Hand Luke, is Palm Springs.
What's that measuring?
A palm is a old unit of measurement using your hands to measure pretty much anything. How many palms long is it?
Wait, is that legit or just like
this is legit
in your brain?
No, this is legit.
Palm measurement.
I'll accept it.
I don't need Zach to accept it.
No, hold on. Wait, this is an actual unit of measurement, a palm?
Yeah.
All right, cool. My number 3 is the German expressionist film M.
For a meter?
Yeah, meter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good movie if you haven't seen it, James.
Have not seen it. What year?
30 something.
Pass.
Every movie you've seen, you've liked.
I know. I'll get to it someday. It's one of the 10 good movies from the 30s. My number 3 from 2013, The Square. The Square.
What's a square?
Square yard, square.
Well, that's a qualifier to a unit.
It's part of the unit of measurement.
What is a square?
It's part of the unit of measurement.
Okay.
Yard is not the same thing as a square yard.
No, but a square yard is a thing. A square is not a unit of measurement.
It is when accompanying something else.
Yeah, so we have the square.
It's a part of a unit of measurement.
The square acre?
I'm taking one turn off to argue with him about this because my number 2 is questionable. So.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are going to love my number 2. And this is, sorry, not number 3. Yes, my number 3, Grave of the Fireflies, because a French grave was the first unit of mass when they used the metric system until they adopted the kilogram 2 years later.
That's fair. That's fair.
For those who love it, I question your sanity.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better.
All right. My number 2 is the amazing silent film, The Passion of Joan of Arc. Whereas arc is a measure of rotation.
I thought arc was like electricity.
No, that's like if, electric can arc across 2 metal things. But no, like, an arc sector or an arc vector.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take your word for it.
He's talking about gravity's ratio.
Geometry.
Right. My number 2 is from 2007. It's Atonement. Atonement.
Atonement, but spelled like ton.
No, not spelled like. The word ton is in there.
Yeah. How heavy is a ton, James?
Pretty heavy.
Okay, that's right. He's right. He's got it. Nailed it.
I mean, compared to what?
How many pounds approximately would you think a ton is?
1,000? I don't know. 1,000, 10,000.
You think 1,000? Kyle, what do you think?
I'm saying 10,000.
It's just under 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Kyle's a teacher. It's not fair.
Former teacher, current engineer.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Yeah, but I don't deal with I don't deal with that kind of units of measurements in my engineering field.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Room, the 2015 movie.
Like how many rooms?
No, a room is a unit to measure coal, which is equivalent to about 15,680 pounds in the UK. So if you own a coal factory in the UK, you don't ask for 15,680 pounds of coal. You order a room of it.
All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough.
All right. My number 1 is The Sword in the Stone.
A stone.
Yep.
Sure.
A stone being 14 pounds, approximately.
Nice. My number 1 is easily Paddington. Paddington.
Yeah, reusing ton.
2. Paddington 2.
Paddington 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can every time you say that movie from now
Can
on,
I say
pronounce it Paddington 2?
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Sure. No problem.
An atonement.
Atonement. Killing of a sacred deer.
Sacred acre?
Sacred acre.
Sacred acre? Okay.
Well, my number 1 is a movie from 1989 directed by Tim Burton, Batman, because everyone who knows anything knows that a Batman is an old Ottoman Empire unit of mass equal to about 16 pounds, 8 ounces.
No.
Wait, the Persian Empire?
Ottoman Empire.
The Ottoman Empire had a unit of mass
called the Batman. Yes.
Okay. Hey, there you go, man. You know it.
No. No.
James.
That one's great.
That's great.
This one.
Okay.
Wait, I got another one somewhere.
I don't think that's an answer to my question.
You guys
Good
just
job,
need to learn
guys.
more about your obsolete, units of measurement from 3 centuries ago. I don't see
Or
what the
not,
problem
sure.
here is.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I decided to go with all English words, and you didn't, and that's fine.
When I found out that there was a unit of measurement called a Batman, I couldn't not put it on this list.
That's true. That's true.
Yep. I'm okay with it. I love it. All right. Good job, guys.
All I can say is mission accomplished.
Yes.
We did it.
We did it.
We ran down some movies with a unit of measurement in the title. Before we go, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game that was requested by a listener via email. This person sent us an email to heyguys@cinereelists.com and requested we play an old school Cinereelist game. Zach?
Should I read it? Should I read it?
Do it.
The email?
Do it.
Okay. I don't know if this person wants me to say everything in this email or not, so I just will not say who sent it.
Okay.
And then I can read everything in this email, and if they didn't want me to, no one will know.
Okay.
Does that work?
Sounds good.
They'll know. Hey guys, I'm traveling right now, and I'm guessing I won't remember by the time I get to my destination. I wonder why. So while I'm getting fuel, I am patenting this email.
I believe
in my
this
head,
is written on an iPhone, possibly with
sure.
thumbs.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
In my head, I believe there is a connection between the movie Cocktail and TGI Fridays. Like the bar in New York City that they used in the movie Cocktail, or was the inspiration for the movie Cocktail, eventually went on to be the first of what became the TGI Fridays chain. This is not a hill I'm willing to die on. I feel like I read that while watching that terrible Cocktail movie recently, aside from Elizabeth Shue, obviously, probably on Wikipedia. It is distinctly possible I made this up entirely in my head. I do live in a legalized state and sometimes partake while watching bad movies. So the memory down the road is sometimes hazy. I love that. I love that he included that.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say that I did Google, or I did Wikipedia TGI Fridays, and it was started in 1965 by a guy who wanted to meet women in the neighborhood. So he opened a restaurant to invite single women over.
So TGI Fridays predates Cocktail. Tom Cruise's Cocktail.
20 years, yes.
Okay.
Is it possible the movie Cocktail is based on a book that came out even earlier?
Anything's possible.
Or is it a remake?
It's a possible, sure.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. And then his PS. I like the occasional games episode. There was one you did years back where you started with an actor's lowest box office and a year, and the other person tried to guess at the box office went up. I'm sure there was more to it, but that's what I remember. Again, we know my memory's not good. Was that Jacob's Ladder, maybe? Thank you. Well, your memory is good because that is exactly what the game was, and there was not more to it than that. And it was called Jacob's Ladder, and we're going to play it.
And Cocktail is based on a book.
From what year?
I'm trying to figure that out. It's of the same name, so it's a little tough here to figure out on Wikipedia. They don't link to the book. They just say of the book of the same name.
Interesting. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance.
Zach.
Nice.
There was a brief explanation of this game in there. Can you give us more rounded?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so here's what we do. We can no longer go to boxofficemojo.com because their business model has changed.
Because IMDb ruined it.
So instead, we're going to www.the-numbers.com, and we're going to look up different actors' filmographies and then sort them by total domestic box office. Then we're going to start at the bottom. So their least highest, also known as their lowest, grossing film. And we're going to climb the ladder. So we're going to say a year of release. We might even say the weekend of release. We're going to say how much it made at the box office. And then the person gives a guess of who they think the actor in that film is. If they get it wrong, we will climb the ladder and say the next lowest box office return movie from that person until we get to the highest box office movie. And at that point, they should be able to guess. Points are scored by how many rungs of the ladder you had to climb. Once you've guessed it, then you can get bonus points by climbing down the ladder, but we're not going to worry about that minutia until someone does it. Does that make sense to everyone?
And it's kind of like golf. You're trying to get a low score.
Yes. You want to need the fewest number of movies in order to guess the actor. Okay. But due to popular demand, we're going to treat this as a competition and we're going to pit people against each other. So for instance, I have a movie prepared and James and Kyle are going to take turns up this ladder. They're leapfrogging each other up the ladder. Okay. So here's what I want to know from you. And the first one to answer, I will take their answer into heavier consideration than the second person to answer. Which one of you knows stuff more?
I mean, I know what a ton is, so.
Okay, so Kyle is
I know
claiming...
what a Batman is.
Now you do.
Okay, James is claiming to know more obscure knowledge, so I think he should go first with the most obscure film.
Sure. Okay,
so Box Office Mojo used to tell me like how many films this person has been in, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
This one kind of does that. So I think it's 47 is the number. Okay.
47
films. I'm going to say the 47th highest grossing film, James. Okay.
Yep.
And that came out in 2011. So that's going to plant you a little bit about what era of film. And it made $36,000 in the box office.
$36,000.
Yeah. So already think in your head, what actor made $36,000 in their 47th highest grossing film? Okay.
Yeah, I'm remembering that this game sucks in the beginning. So
we're going to get there. So the film name, would you like to know it?
Yes.
Fireflies in the Garden.
Wait, aren't I supposed to guess the name? No, I'm guessing.
No, you're guessing the person. Yeah, you're guessing the person.
Okay.
It would have been hard to guess the name.
Absolutely. I thought that was my task.
2011 that made $300,000, 36,000. What is it?
Yeah.
2011, 30,000.
Yep.
Fireflies, something or other. I'm going to say Scarlett Johansson.
That's not true. Now, the way that a competition works is, Kyle, you get a free steal attempt, and then I'm going to give you the next movie.
Let's go Chris Evans.
That's incorrect. Okay. In 2004, they were in a film that made $40,000 at the box office.
Okay.
Kyle? No, this is Kyle's turn now.
And what's that film called?
Well, that film, are you ready? It's called Grand Champion.
Tobey Maguire.
No, not Tobey Maguire. James, you get a free steal, and then I'm going to give you the next movie.
Okay. With the steals, that just means we have to come up with way more names.
No, just if you want to. Just you
I don't
can
want to
just
steal.
say I don't. Okay. This movie came out in 2002 and made $2,500,000 in the box office, and it's a movie I've seen, and it's called Full Frontal.
I've seen that too, but I'd be hard.
That's
pressed.
I'd be
hard pressed to remember who's
huge
in
advantage.
that. Gerard Depardieu.
Gerard Depardieu, incorrect.
No.
And also not in that film. Kyle, do you want to do a steal or just go to the next one?
Next one, please.
Okay, making $3.7 million, came out in 2018. That's recently. The movie's called Ben is Back.
Oh, man.
I've heard of that.
Keep in mind, this is a very famous actor. I would say an extremely famous actor.
Let's go Robert Downey Jr.
No.
That's a terrible guess for 2018.
James, you want to steal?
Give me another movie.
Okay. Making $5.7 million in 1996. The movie is called Mary Riley.
Mary Riley. I know of that movie, but I don't know much about the movie, and I don't think I've seen the movie, but I'm going to guess Julia Roberts.
No.
No.
No. Kyle, do you want to steal or move it to the next one?
Next one, please.
8.2 million. 1988 made 8.2 million in Satisfaction.
Michael Keaton.
No.
No.
James, steal or move?
Next title, please.
Okay, making 9.7 million in 1996. Everyone Says I Love You.
No.
I don't have a guess.
Okay. Kyle, you want to steal
Suzanne Summers.
No.
Okay.
No, next one, please.
All right. 11 million in 1996. Michael Collins. This is gettable.
I've heard that name too, but I couldn't tell you who's in that movie.
Is this George Clooney?
No.
No.
James, 11.3 million on Christmas Day, 1994. Pret-a-Porter.
What? Say that again?
I don't know how to say it. Pret-a-Porter. But the E has a thing over it.
Are you saying this is a French movie?
I don't know.
Which direction is the thing over the E going?
It kind of starts medium, goes high, and then goes low.
Like a hat, or is it like go up and then way down?
It goes up and then further down than it started. But it's rounded.
I'm gonna guess Charlize Theron.
No.
No.
Kyle?
Yeah, next one, please.
It means ready to wear in some language.
Yeah,
okay,
pret is like, are you ready in French, and porte. Okay. Yeah. Oh, pret-a-porter. Okay.
Pret-a-porter. Okay. Kyle, making almost $13 million in 88. Mystic Pizza. Ever heard of it?
I have. And
what? How is it not what I guessed?
Julia Roberts has been guessed already.
Who guessed Julia Roberts?
Me.
James did.
A while back. When you said Mary Riley, I said Julia Roberts.
Did you really?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Correct.
It was
correct.
How
did you
dare
really?
you? Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, who was in Mary Riley and Mystic Pizza with Julia Roberts?
That's hilarious. Okay.
Good job, Zach, paying attention.
Because I have a lot going on here. Okay. I have to translate French.
You wouldn't have to translate French if you were listening.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. James, you only needed 5 rungs. That's
Okay.
very impressive.
All right.
Very impressive. I would say more impressive than my role in that rung.
Okay. So now I'm guessing from the top to try to.
Yeah. So if you can guess the top 5 highest grossing films of Julia
Without
Roberts.
Kyle trying to steal, right? I get my own. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to guess the movie that made the most amount of money that has Julia Roberts in it.
So the way this is going to work, okay? You get to do the top 5.
Right.
If you get all 5, you're good to go, okay? If you get less than 5, you also get those unless Kyle can steal one of the ones you didn't get, and then you don't get any of those 5 bonus.
Right, but he has to get them in a row. His steal has to be in a row, right? Because mine.
He has to guess the next one. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to first come up with number 1. You have to start at the top rung.
The movie that made the most amount of money with Julia Roberts in it is probably.
Hold on. Do you want info?
Oh, sure.
It made 183 million domestically. 183. Came out December 7th, 2001.
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11 is correct.
Correct.
Okay, the next rung, making 178 million, March 23rd, 1990.
Okay, so it's definitely not Ocean's 12 because this one came out significantly before.
That's true.
1990. It's between 2 movies.
Okay.
Oh, maybe 3.
Okay.
I think it's probably Pretty Woman.
Is that your guess?
Yes.
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Doing great, James. Doing great. Next, making 152 million.
Okay.
In 1999.
In 1999.
Yeah.
Still pre Ocean's 11. So it's probably one of those movies. Not one of those movies. But I don't feel it's one of the two options I was thinking of for the last one, because those feel like they were earlier than 1999. So I'm going to say America's Sweetheart.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Kyle, if you can steal it, you keep him from getting his bonus points.
In 1999, it was Notting Hill.
No.
No.
Oh, it's the other one.
That was
so
that
confident.
was number 9.
What's the other one? What would have been your other guess, Kyle?
It's My Best Friend's Wedding.
That was one of mine.
Nope.
The other one I had was Runaway Bride.
It was the Runaway Bride. That's what. Okay, it was Runaway Bride. I was so confident in Notting Hill.
Yeah.
Is that 99 though?
Notting Hill?
Yeah.
99, yes.
It is 99, but it's not. It's
the wrong 99.
Okay.
For some reason, I think of Runaway Bride as like more like a mid 90s.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like late 90s. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so you weren't able to steal it. So James got 7 points that round.
Nice.
No. You got 3 points because they'll subtract from your 5. Well done, James.
Thanks.
You're trying to get the lowest number. You're at 3. That'd be tough to beat.
You guys want to go against each other?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a person in front of me. This person's been in 30 movies with a worldwide aggregate box office of
what?
4 Bs.
Wow.
Right? But we're talking domestic box office.
James just wanted to say
that's
B.
how Zach wanted it.
All right. You got to say B's, and we all got what we want, James.
I know I forced it in there. All right. Since Kyle's the loser, we'll let him go first. Kyle, this movie came out in 2009. It made $1,200. It's called Incendiary. Who starred in that?
Val Kilmer.
Nope. Zach, do you want another
Bruce
movie
Willis.
or do you want to
It's
guess?
Bruce Willis. It's Bruce Willis.
It is absolutely not Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Zach.
Next.
His next movie was released in 2015. It's an A24 movie titled Son of a Gun. It made $1,411.
Kevin Costner. That
No.
A24. Okay.
No. Kyle, do you want to try to steal or you just want another title?
Let's go James Franco.
Nope. 2012. This person released a movie titled Perfect Sense that made $1,500.
2012?
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Plummer.
Nope. Zach?
It's Andrew Garfield.
Nope. In 1996, this person was in a movie that made $5,000.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
I didn't tell you the name of the movie.
Okay.
Blue Juice.
Michael Keaton.
No. Good guess, though. Kind of a similar title to a movie he was in. Kyle?
Blue Chips.
Martin Lawrence.
No. In 2016, this person was in. You're all just guessing guys for some reason. In 2016,
is Michael Keaton a guy?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a movie titled American Pastoral that this person was in.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
Made $544,000, $500,000 roughly. Kyle?
Kirsten Dunst.
No, not Kirsten Dunst. Zach, movie, or are you going to guess a name?
I'm going to guess Julia Stiles.
No. This person was Kyle, are you going to make a guess or do you want another movie?
No, that was his. Now. So this was mine now.
Okay.
Next movie.
Zach. This person was in a movie in 2004 titled Young Adam that made $767,000.
I'll guess Haley Steinfeld.
No. Kyle?
Let's go back to Tobey Maguire.
Nope. That was already guessed, wasn't it?
Not for this
last
round.
game.
Okay, that was last game. Kyle, 2008, $972,000, almost $1 million. Cassandra's Dream.
Scarlett Johansson.
No.
No, it's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Absolutely not. Nor is it Zeta Jones. Zach, breaking the mill. 1.053 million for 1998's Night Watch.
Okay, Night Watch. Have I seen Night Watch? Is this Seth Rogen?
No.
Not at all. Kyle?
I don't have a guess.
No guess, so I will give you a movie. 1.4 million, 1994, Being Human.
I've seen this.
Let's go John Cusack.
No.
Nope. Zach? You want a movie?
Yeah, no. First, I want to just guess someone.
Okay.
I'll say John Goodman.
No.
This was a 2016 release with 1.5 million.
Oh, okay. Is it my movie guess now? Yeah.
Jane Got a Gun.
Is this Robin Williams?
No.
No, this is Natalie Portman.
No.
Kyle, from 2010, roughly $2 million. I Love You, Philip Morris. It's a movie I have seen. This is the first movie I have seen. I take that back. I've seen Night Watch.
I've seen Being Human.
Is this Ewan McGregor?
What's your guess?
Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well done. How many rungs is that?
That's a good question. 1, 2,
well done,
3.
Kyle.
Thank you.
Who's the other one in that? Is that Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey is the other one. I was really between the two.
12.
Okay.
All right,
but I don't
Kyle.
think Jim Carrey was in Jane Got a Gun. So
you are no longer a loser. Now you get to guess from the top down and eliminate some of that 12. So what is Ewan McGregor's most popular movie by domestic box office? We're talking $515 million.
That's a lot. That's half a B.
Because he's in those Star Wars prequels. So what's the order of them? That's the. All right, let's go Phantom Menace.
You're guessing Phantom Menace.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So I'm out.
Zach?
Can I have the year of release, please?
Oh, I could have gotten the year of release.
Yeah, did you give me year of release?
I did.
Yeah.
I think we give Kyle another guess then, because I didn't give him all. I didn't give him all the info.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I could have gotten year of release.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair unless we give him another guess.
So he's okay. Great.
He'll never get number 2 anyways. Kyle,
that means I might not either.
You might not even get number 1, Kyle, because this is a 2019 movie. Ewan McGregor was in a movie in 2019 that made $515 million.
That's not Trainspotting 2. What has he been in 2019?
2019. Ewan McGregor was in a movie that made $515 million.
I'm sure it's super obvious too.
No hints.
I have no idea. What has he been in recently? Like when I think Ewan McGregor, I know he's still working, but I go right just to like the 2000s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Fair.
I think he was in Avengers Endgame. You should guess that.
No, I don't think he's been in a Marvel movie.
Figure out which Marvel it was, and then.
I don't know. Was he in Aquaman?
No.
I have no
Zach?
Trainspotting 2?
Is that your serious guess?
Yeah, because I have no clue.
No.
I have no idea.
All right. No, he was in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. for a brief moment.
Oh, oh my goodness. Didn't like they use his voice from another movie. He wasn't even in it. Like it's like
That's
saying
awesome.
Hayden Christensen's in that movie.
Well, he's credited, so that's his highest highest movie by domestic
Kyle, you
box
fell off the
office.
ladder.
His
If we
number
played this with
2,
Alec Guinness, that would be his highest movie.
his number 2, which you were never going to guess, is as Lumiere from the Beauty and the Beast live action remake.
Yeah, I would not have gotten
Of course.
And then his
Of course.
3, 4, and 5 are all prequel movies.
All
Okay,
prequel
so what
movies.
I'm seeing is that this is not adjusted for inflation. Just FYI. Keep in mind, people.
All right.
Okay, so James, you have a score of 3. Kyle, a score of 12.
12.
Okay.
All right.
12.
Stupid Star Wars. Okay. This actor, I think they have 30 credits, but only 28 of them have a domestic box office.
Okay.
And this person has a domestic box office total of 1.9 Bs.
Wow, almost 2 Bs.
Almost 2 Bs. 1.97. Like they're close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They're
man.
not there.
So
All right.
close. One more movie.
One more movie.
Make 30 million. Do it.
So, you guys ready for this person's first movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who goes first?
Let's have Zach go first.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It is from 2011. It made $3,000, and it is called Corman's World: Exploits of a Hollywood Rebel.
Yeah, Mila Kunis.
Incorrect.
Okay. James?
Give me a movie.
In 1975, this person was in Profession: Reporter, and this movie made $619,000.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Not Jamie Lee Curtis. That's a big jump from 3,000 to 619.
Juliette Binoche?
Not Juliette Binoche.
Okay.
All right. In 1995, this person was in the movie that made $847,000 called The Crossing Guard.
What year was that?
1995.
Okay. Patton Oswalt.
Incorrect.
That's just because you think he looks like a crossing guard.
James, this person was in a 1997 movie that made $1 million called Blood and Wine.
What year?
1997.
Blood and Wine. That rings a bell. Like I've heard that title before, but probably not something I've seen. Mel Gibson.
Incorrect.
No, it's Matthew Broderick.
Also incorrect.
Okay.
Zach, this person was in a 1992 movie that made $3.8 million called Man Trouble.
Oh yeah, classic one. Sharon Stone.
No.
Give me a title.
How about 1982, 6.1 million, The Border.
What year?
1982.
Oh, that's not helpful. The Border. How about Philip DeFranco.
Incorrect.
No, it's Liam Neeson.
Also incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Zach, in 1987, this person was in a movie that made $7.3 million called Ironweed. 1987.
1987, if I remember correctly, that was Bruce Willis.
This is not Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Give me a movie.
In 1973, this person made $10 million with The Last Detail.
I mean, this person's been around for a long time. Michael Ironside.
Incorrect.
No, it's Al Pacino.
Incorrect also.
Okay.
Who's next?
I am.
Zach. In 1990, this person made $10 million with The Two Jakes.
Robert De Niro.
Incorrect.
Robert Duvall.
Also incorrect. That's the first one I would have gotten for this person.
Okay.
That's my hint.
Yeah.
So I would have been climbing the ladder.
I've heard of that movie. I have not seen it.
Okay.
But I have heard of that movie. Give me another movie.
All right. James, in 1981, this person made $12.2 million with The Postman Always Rings Twice.
Never seen that movie. How about Melanie Griffith?
Incorrect.
I've never seen it. I'm aware of that film. But I don't have any good guesses for that. So next movie.
James, if you've been listening to You Must Remember This podcast, you maybe could have gotten that answer.
I don't listen to that crappy.
I know you don't, and now it's to your deficit. Zach, in 1996, this person made $12.7 million with The Evening Star.
Adrian Brody?
Incorrect.
Give me a movie.
James, 1976, this person made $14 million with The Missouri Breaks.
Oh my gosh. We're dancing around something big. I can feel it. Okay. Mark Ruffalo.
No, not Mark Ruffalo.
It's Jack Nicholson.
It is Jack Nicholson.
That's correct.
Nice. All right. So that was. Did you know Missouri Breaks?
No.
You just.
What'd
you know?
I knew the time frames we're talking about now, and I started to be more strategic and thinking about like who were actors at this.
From the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to do, but I was not.
I just read a book about this era, so then I was like, well, let me go down the list.
9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so Zach, you got 12 for the Missouri
12.
Breaks.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if I can climb down the ladder a little bit.
All right.
Jack Nicholson's hard.
Yeah. Especially not for inflation.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is doable because you're getting the year.
Okay. All the years blended for me, I think. I think all the years blend together for me, but let's see what we do.
All right. Well, their number one movie. Do I give the box office also? Yeah, I'll give the box office.
Mm-hmm.
$251 million from 1989.
Yeah, that's a lot. 89. I don't know. So I'm gonna 89. I don't know the time frame of these things, so I'll guess The Shining.
Oh my gosh.
Incorrect.
It's the Batman year. It's the Batman year. 1989.
Is your answer the Batman?
That makes sense.
It's just Batman, but yes, it's Batman.
No dashes?
The unit of measurement or
just Batman.
No, it is not the Turkish. Oh, I'm sorry. Incorrect.
No.
Batman. That makes sense.
Batman.
Yes.
Batman makes sense.
Batman 1989.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Number
that makes
one.
sense.
So I stole it. How could you not guess Batman for 1989?
I don't think of him as the Joker. It just didn't enter my mind at all.
Do we keep going or James, you just steal it?
He stole my ability to get bonus points.
Okay, so he's done.
Yeah.
Zach, just so you know, The Shining is in between Reds and Easy Rider.
Okay. Nice.
So
nice. All right.
Yeah.
Are we playing around again, or is that game?
Let's play another round. Speed round. No double guessing on the back and forth.
It's just boom, 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 back and forth.
You have 3 seconds to answer. Otherwise, we keep moving forward.
Love it. Let's do a speed round.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, James has 3 points. Both Kyle and I have 12 points.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
You go first.
Yeah, I would love to go first. Here's an actor With 86 films. Okay.
Okay.
From 96 with $5,000, A Leap of Faith. James.
Martin, the comedian.
No, with Kyle with 9,000 from 86. Duet for One.
No.
Mary Steenburgen.
James, 15,000 from 2009. 5 Minutes of Heaven.
Nope.
Kyle, 41,000 from 2015. Love Thy Nature.
Michael J. Fox.
James, 100,000 from 2020. Made in Italy.
Sandra Bullock.
No.
No.
Kyle, 108 from 2008. Trumbo.
Bryan Cranston.
No. 108,000 from 2010. After Life.
Who was in Trumbo? Rachel McAdams.
No.
No.
Kyle, 150,000 from 2009. The Other Man.
Rachel Weisz.
No. 200,000 from 92. Under Suspicion.
Rachel Hunter.
300,000 from 93. Ethan Frome.
Steven Seagal.
No. James, 320,000 from 2020. Ordinary Love.
No.
Kyle, 340,000 from 2015. Kali Kebron's The Prophet.
Little Rel Howray.
No. 400,000 from 2007. Seraphim Falls.
Shannon Doherty.
600,000 from 93. Ruby Cairo.
Oh my gosh. Who is this person?
Helen Hunt.
No. 800,000 from 2017. Mark Felt. The man who brought down the White House.
Mark Ruffalo.
No. 800,000 from 2005. Breakfast on Pluto.
Eddie Murphy.
No.
850,000 from 2013. Girl Rising.
Martin Lawrence.
I've seen Girl Rising.
Great. Martin Lawrence.
No. 1 million from 2014. Third Person.
Penelope Cruz.
1 million from 2016. Operation Chromite.
No.
1.4 million from 87. A Prayer for the Dying.
Ooh,
Pass.
I don't remember it though.
1.6 million from 2000. Gunshy.
No.
3 million from 2010. Chloe.
Ooh, I've seen that too.
Kate Blanchett.
No, this is gettable.
No.
3.7 from 2017. A Monster Calls.
That's not gettable.
No.
They play the monster.
Oh. Okay.
Well, no, he already said no.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle.
Wait, Zach, did you give him the answer by saying they played the monster?
I have no idea. I haven't seen a Monster Calls.
Okay, keep going.
4.7 from 88. The Good Mother.
Glenn Close.
No.
James, 5 million from 2010. The Wildest Dream.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Correct.
Does Liam Neeson play the monster in a Monster
Because
Calls?
Liam Neeson played the monster in a Monster Calls.
I call shenanigans.
Okay. While I will admit I deviated from our normal course of action and that led to his victory, he didn't get any information that you didn't get, Kyle, and you both had a full turn with that information.
That's
yeah,
true.
but I've never seen a Monster Calls.
Well, I'll tune up my Gregorian period measures of units, and you'll watch a Monster Calls. All right.
No, oh my, Ottoman Empire is not Gregorian.
Whatever.
So off.
Okay, let me see how many rungs you climbed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel free to vamp. 10, 11, 12.
No,
14,
I'm just gonna be
15,
bitter.
16,
You don't need to.
17,
You don't need to
18,
watch a
19,
Monster
20,
Calls.
21,
Oh, no,
Unless you want to
see
be
it.
really depressed. It's a movie about
23,
death.
James.
It's about child
23.
abuse, isn't it?
It's about death.
Yeah.
A kid's parents die, and then this monster helps him through it. It's really beautiful and touching, but it is pretty sad. Go
The
ahead.
next movie James has also seen, and I don't think Kyle has, called Silence.
Yeah, I probably said
Yeah.
like Adam Driver
I've
or
seen
Andrew
Silence.
Garfield or
The
something.
Martin
off of that one.
Scorsese movie?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Silence, Kyle?
No, it's a Scorsese. It's in like 3 hours long.
It is, but it's absolutely worth it.
I'm sure it's Scorsese. I should see
it's
it.
really
I just
good.
haven't gotten around to it.
If you just want to watch a good movie, pretty intense but good.
All right, James, climb down the ladder. It made half a B in 2019. Starring Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Half a
B. Not that long ago. Lego Movie 2?
No. Kyle?
Oh, you know what? It's gonna be Rise of Skywalker.
That's correct.
Boom.
Correct.
All right.
How many? So 12 plus 3, 15. That's my total.
No, 3 plus 23. So 26 is your total.
Holy crap. Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Do this.
Who starts?
This is, I think Kyle started last time when I was running the show. So Zach will go this time. This person has been in 23 movies with a worldwide aggregate box office of 4 Bs.
Oh my goodness.
23 movies spread over
That's a lot of
4
Bs.
Bs. All right.
That's plenty of Bs. Yeah, that's plenty of Bs.
This person was in a movie in 2013 titled On the Road. Who was that, Zach?
Oh, Chris Pratt.
No.
No.
Kyle? This person was in a movie in 2016 that made $1 million titled Certain Women.
Benicio del Toro.
No.
Zach? This person was in a movie in 2008 that made $1.9 million called What Just Happened.
Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Kyle? This person was in a movie in 2017 that made $1.3 million. It's a movie I've seen titled Personal Shopper.
Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
So easy.
That is correct. Kyle, that took him 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
This is why I was against the head-to-head because of these situations.
Kyle?
All right, Kyle,
You're
well
coming
done.
from the top now.
Coming
By
from the
domestic
top.
box office, what movie is her biggest moneymaker?
What are all the? It's probably a Twilight movie, but it could be a Star Wars movie. Maybe she did a voice in one of them.
Rise of Skywalker.
I don't think that happened, but maybe.
I'm just gonna go with. It's either the first or the last Twilight. Let's go the first Twilight. Just Twilight.
You think the first Twilight movie?
Yes.
Yes.
No, wait, wrong button.
Oh, I thought I had it.
No.
Come on, Kayla. Keep up.
Zach.
Is it? I don't know. Is it New Moon? I don't know the name of these things.
No.
No, it's Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. Is the last one. I don't know if it's the one.
It's not that one.
Okay.
It's the Twilight Saga Eclipse, which is the
Is that the last one? Or is the third
one?
Okay.
All right,
Sure.
James,
then you've got
you
New
have-
Moon, then Breaking Dawn 1, Breaking Dawn 2, then the original. That's her 5th most.
There was 5 of them?
There was 5. Yeah.
James, you have a score of 26. Kyle, a score of 16. Nice.
So I'm out of scoring now.
You're out of
No, you're winning.
No, but I'm saying my score is set at 16.
Yes.
Yes.
And now it's
I've
either-
already lost to you because
Yeah.
no matter how what can I do here? I mean, I guess I could guess it in 2 and then guess her or this person's top 20 in a row.
Yeah.
and
This
come
is
back, but
doable.
It's doable.
Yeah, for sure.
This is
Not
doable.
likely, but doable.
Okay.
It's
So I need to make sure that Zach loses, basically. That's what I have to do.
No, because then I would not only have to win, but win amazingly big, which isn't going to happen. So
too much pressure.
Go ahead.
All right. This person is in 25 movies.
Okay.
And
Another
this
short Another short one.
Yeah. And I should probably have this sort correctly. I do. And this actor has 3.1 Bs.
Okay.
A lot of Bs.
Yeah.
A lot of Bs.
Now, their first movie does not have a domestic box office, so I'm going to skip that.
Great.
It only has a worldwide or only international. So it doesn't count.
I've heard that happens.
So their Second movie, the first one for this game, is from 2012. It made $5,000, and it is called Liar's Autobiography.
Who's going first?
Who answers first?
I think James can go first on this one, since Zach, you went first last time.
Liar's Biography from 2014?
2012, $5,000. My apologies. A Liar's Autobiography.
Oh.
That was Adam Brody.
No. Zach, 1997, $32,000, Head Above Water.
Scarlett Johansson.
No. James, also 1997, $57,000, Keys to Tulsa.
I feel like I've heard of that, but I'm going to guess Bill Murray.
Incorrect.
It's only been
Zach,
in 23 movies.
2001, $77,000, The Invisible Circus.
Kate Blanchett.
Incorrect. James, 1996, 4,500. Yes. No. Let me say that again. $450,000, The Invisible Circus.
The same movie?
It's the same movie twice?
No, I'm sorry. The Last Supper. James, 1996, $450,000, The Last Supper.
I'm going to say Jared Leto.
No. Zach, 1996, $3 million now. 3.1 actually. Feeling Minnesota. This is a big leap.
Eddie Murphy.
Incorrect. James, 1997, $4.2 million. A Life Less Ordinary.
I've heard of that.
Keanu Reeves.
Incorrect. Zach, 1996, $9.4 million. She's the One.
Nicole Kidman.
Incorrect. James, 1998, $9.9 million. Very Bad Things.
Oh, sure. The girl.
I need an answer.
I know you do. Ethan
3.
Hawke.
No.
That's not who I was thinking of. I just need to say something.
Okay. Zach, 1998, $10.6 million. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. Johnny Depp.
Incorrect. James, 2009, $15 million. The Box.
Benicio del Toro.
Incorrect. Zach, 2013, $16.9 million. The Counselor.
Cameron Diaz.
Correct. Cameron Diaz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's who I was trying to think
9,
of.
10, 11, 12 for Zach.
Okay, I'm consistent.
Yep.
All right. So in order to win, I need to guess her top 8 films.
Correct. You do.
In order.
In order.
Correct.
Okay. I'm ready.
Her first one, 2004, $441 million.
That's a lot. 2004, if I put myself back there, I'm thinking it's Charlie's Angels.
Incorrect.
Full Throttle.
Incorrect.
Definitely incorrect.
All right, James, if you get this, you steal Zach's opportunity to go down the ladder, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Cameron
James
Diaz.
Again.
What was the year?
2004, $441 million.
It's a lot.
There's Something About Mary.
No, that's 99. You guys are missing a big franchise called Shrek. Her top 4 are Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, Shrek Forever After.
So which Shrek was this?
So, sorry, number 1 is Shrek 2. Number 2 is Shrek 3.
Hold on. Number 1 is Shrek 2. Number 2 is Shrek 3.
Yep. Number 3 is Shrek 1.
Who's
and number
on
4 is
third?
Shrek 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 2, 3, 1, 4. I don't see the problem with this. And then they're talking about Mary is number 5.
All right. I got 24 points in second place. James, last place, 26 points. Kyle in the lead with 16 points.
In spite of Zach cheating.
In spite of Zach cheating?
Yeah, I'm remembering now that
monster calls.
This game only works if you have people of similar
for sure.
filmography.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And popularity.
Right.
Filmography and star power.
I feel like everyone we had was around 30 to 25, right?
No, the one you won in 4 had like 23 movies, and she's only really been in really big movies. So
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, Kyle won because Kristen Stewart was the only person of note in Personal Shopper besides Juliette Binoche. And
probably
it was the fourth one up.
If I didn't talk about Personal Shopper as much as I did, he probably wouldn't even know she was in
Plus, James got Liam Neeson, who's just done a ton of forgettable movies. So it was the combo. So Kyle won because of the one he's complaining he lost about, which is Monster Calls.
Oh no, I was saying, in spite of your attempting to put me down, I still tried.
I gave you both the same information at the same time and gave you both a turn. James decided to capitalize. You decided to fall asleep at the wheel.
There was no wheel for me to be behind on that one.
Oh, you never heard of that movie?
I've heard of it. I have no. I thought it was a movie about child abuse.
So you'd seen the marketing for it?
No, I've not seen the marketing for it. I've heard of it. I think it came out when we were playing. What was that game where you like guess the box office every week?
Sure, I gotcha.
Yeah, so,
yep.
That's my awareness of it.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
I liked it.
It was awesome.
Galen did like Lightyear. He thought it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us for this episode 535 of the Cinereelists. We appreciate your listenership. Don't forget, you can always find the video version of this podcast on YouTube, find us and support us on Patreon, find us and leave a review on Apple Podcast Review, or don't bother finding us. Just email us at heyguys@cinereelists.com. You could also follow us on social media on TikTok, Letterboxd. Yeah, I guess they can follow us on Letterboxd. I don't know why I threw that in, but TikTok, Letterboxd, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Cinereelists. Or you could follow me on my Twitter or Letterboxd account at YoJRB.
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Shaubin.
You can find me on Letterboxd at Peter SKB.
Next week, we will be Kyle-less. He's taking a trip to an undisclosed location. Undisclosed location. Because I think he doesn't want to disclose it.
Oh, I can disclose it.
I think you should disclose it when you get back.
Okay.
James doesn't want you to disclose it.
I mean, you could disclose it. I don't care. It's up to you.
No, I think you do care, James. I think you do care.
Let's build this up a lot so it'll be completely underwhelming when you disclose it.
Cincinnati.
I think it might be a little whelming. I don't think it's underwhelming where I'm going.
You hope it's whelming.
It's not
I
underwhelming.
hope it's a little whelming. Yeah, I'll be like, when they hear where I'm going, they'll be like, oh, there? We waited for that?
Sure. I like the idea of false suspense.
Yes. Here, I'm actually going to 2 places. I'll be gone for 3 weeks. So I'm gonna give the underwhelming answer, because then hopefully the whelming one will be good. So
okay.
When I return,
he's going to the airport, guys.
No, when I return from the hopefully whelming place, I'm going to Connecticut for a wedding.
Ooh. Fun. I want to go to Connecticut.
Nothing good comes out of Connecticut, that's for sure.
Is that true?
My mom's from Connecticut.
That is for sure.
That's not true.
Sorry.
Do you guys know Connecticut's the 3rd smallest state, like by area?
I did know that.
That makes sense to me.
I did. Yeah, I knew it was small. I realized it was that small.
It's one of the few things I know.
That and Ottoman Empire units of mass now.
Yep. It's called a Batman.
No, it's not called a Bat. It's just Batman.
Well, one of them's called a Batman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever the Turkish word for is.
If you have multiples, are they Batmans?
I don't know how you pluralize within the language, so that's
okay.
I'm not the person to ask.
All right. Well, I thought you knew all about this, but I guess not. Zach and I will be left behind to watch Elvis, the Baz Luhrmann Insta classic, I'm sure. Which means I have to watch 4 Baz Luhrmann movies in the next 7 days.
Yeah, in order to intelligently talk about Elvis.
Right. Exactly.
So glad to be missing. You
don't like Baz Luhrmann?
I do not like Baz Luhrmann.
Interesting. How many of his have you not seen?
I mean, he's seen like 6 movies, right?
He's made 6, yeah.
Okay, so
how many have you seen?
I don't know. I've seen Moulin Rouge and I hate it. What else is there?
I thought you'd seen the first half of Moulin Rouge.
Romeo
no,
plus
I've seen Moulin
Juliet.
Rouge. What What?
Romeo plus Juliet.
Okay, I like that one. That worked. That one worked.
Okay,
50-50. That's not a bad average.
So you're 50-50. Have you seen any others?
What else does he have?
You have a strong opinion for someone you like.
The Great Gatsby.
The 2 films you've seen.
I hated Moulin Rouge so much. It just turned me off from Baz Luhrmann altogether.
So you probably haven't seen any of his other ones.
So you've seen 2 of his films. One of them you liked. One of them you didn't.
But I did not see that one until when I was a rewatch. Yeah, when I saw Romeo and Juliet, I didn't know it was Baz Luhrmann though. That was the thing. Like I saw it as a kid, and I was I just like this movie. And then I saw Moulin Rouge. I'm like, this is trash. Who made this? Oh, Baz Luhrmann. I hate this guy. And I just haven't seen anything since.
Interesting.
There you go.
And Moulin Rouge is... I can understand not liking it, but calling it trash is a little harsh.
Do not like it.
All right, fine.
James, I don't like it for the same reasons you don't like Pan. Why they gotta be singing Nirvana in the middle of that movie?
No. It makes sense in Moulin Rouge.
It makes a lot more sense in Moulin Rouge. Yeah. Pan, it's completely like random. In Moulin Rouge, that's the movie.
Right. Yeah. So if you like the director of Pan, you'll love next week when we talk Elvis. Right? That's what we're getting at?
Yes.
I know he did not direct Pan. Yes. So if you need to do a little pre-watching Baz Luhrmann movies and the new release film he has, Elvis, we'll see you guys next time. Well, at least 2 of us will. Until then, keep it Cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
This is spoilers for Lightyear. If you would like to stay spoiler free, you should pause it right now, go see the movie, come back, listen to this. If you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the movie, then listen on, because we're going to talk openly and honestly about Lightyear.
And there is a big spoiler in this film.
Sure. Buzz Lightyear dies.
Eventually.
Eventually. We assume later on after the movie ends, he dies.
Buzz Lightyear discovers Earth and mates with Australopithecus.
I don't even know
now
what
we
that
have
is.
humans.
What is that?
It's a mispronounced hominid.
Elijah 4. Oh, can you say it, Zach?
Australopithecus.
Australopithecus, thank you. I read it a lot. My son's got a whole book on the history of like the world, so I read Australopithecus a lot, but I don't have not internalized.
That's okay.
The pronunciation of it.
I've never even heard that word, so feel better, Kyle.
Yeah, have you heard of Lucy, the early human they found?
No.
That's an Australopithecus.
What was that again?
Australopithecus.
He's saying it correct. That's right now.
Yeah, that was an Australopithecus.
Well, that
was right.
Yeah. If you were drunk at the time, yeah.
I'm always drunk on this show, guys. Spoiler alert.
All right. Lightyear spoilers. I guess the big spoiler. Do we want to start with that?
Sure.
Zurg?
Yeah. So this is the 5th movie in the Toy Story universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've always had Zurg as like his bad guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this movie.
Well, we've had the toy version of Zurg.
No, of course. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's fascinating that this movie like completely changed who Zurg is. Like we had no idea for 4 movies, and then boom, it's him. That's just amazing to me that they decided to do that.
Did we have no idea? It doesn't in one of the movies Toy Zurg say I'm your father?
In Toy Story 2, they do the Star Wars thing.
Right.
And we all just thought of it as a joke, right?
Yes, it was supposed to be.
I figured in the
I'm sure at the time it was just a joke.
Well, I know, but if we take these as all coherent, we just thought it was a Darth Vader reference, right?
Yes.
But what it could have meant was, he was saying something that Andy knew that was him at an older time.
But he wasn't a father at all. It's actually Buzz.
Yeah.
No, totally. But,
which they kind of make that joke anyway. When Zurg first reveals himself, young Buzz goes, "Dad," and then it's me. So they kind of, because I was actually wondering, like, are they going to stick to not that I care about the canon, but of some throwaway joke from the second movie? I'm like, are they going to reveal that it's actually his dad somehow? This is actually happening, but no.
I just love that they absolutely could have just made him a evil space robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they decided to make it, parallel Buzz,
who's trying to fix the
timeline. I just think that is fascinating. It's super cool that they took an established character and then just made him something. I think that's fascinating.
I got very strong third act of Up vibes from that reveal. Where you remember in Up, they find the explorer and like, oh good, we found the explorer, everything's all fine, and they realize, oh wait, he's working against our interests.
Yeah,
and this was very similar to that.
I agree. Also, I'm not sure that's where the science kind of breaks down, because they had summarized time dilation as, you can make time go faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as he speeds up, he experiences time at a slower rate than everyone else.
Right.
Or faster rate, yeah.
The way that they summarize it, then they could like say the opposite later to explain how he went back in time, and that's not how it works at all.
No, you can't. So the slower I get, the faster I experience time, right? That's how it's supposed to.
Yeah. That's essentially what they said. Yeah.
No, I agree. The logic of parallel Buzz didn't quite make sense, but that's fine. It's a kids movie. Like you said, they did a great job of explaining time dilation anyway, so I'll give them a pass on not fully figuring out how old Buzz is in the same universe.
I just figured he went far enough into the future where they had an amazing technology that maybe Buzz himself didn't fully understand, and he used that to get back. And he just had an idea in his head of how he did that.
Yeah, like where he got that super robot armor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
From
It's not
the future.
It doesn't break the movie.
It never once crossed my mind to analyze this.
Well, James, some of us are just thinkers.
I guess so.
I enjoy a good parallel universe, meet yourself in the past kind of story.
Yeah.
Sure. I like those stories too. I just don't care about the details of them that much, I guess, as far as how the science worked behind it.
Sure.
But you do you. It's fine. What else? That's spoiler for did you guys like the idea of like him coming back as an older guy who, was pretty still set in young Lightyear Buzz's ways. In fact, was even worse about it, right? He would actually like screw people over in order to get what he wanted.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought what finally got through to Buzz was to see the extrapolation of how he's thinking right now. Mm-hmm. Like he sees the future Buzz and like, oh, I don't want that at all. And that's what gets him to change.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is getting slammed on IMDb rating wise. Like it only has like a 5.3 or something, and half the ratings are 1 stars. And I feel like it's just a response, unfortunately, to the fact that there are 2 married women in this movie.
Sure, there's a same-sex couple that are Buzz's friend and her wife.
Yep.
And because of the time dilation, what's the word? Scenario they've set up, he keeps going on these missions where he jumps 4 years in time, and meanwhile she's still back on the planet that they're marooned on, and she's living a life. So at the beginning there's kind of a little bit of a montage-y type situation where he's going on these missions 4 years at a time, and they're showing time pass, and they show his friend get married, have a child, all these types of things. And she just happens to marry a woman in this movie, probably for the first time ever in a major motion picture from a major studio for kids. I can't think of another one that's done that.
For kids, I don't think I can think of one.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely the first time Pixar has been more open about LGBT inclusion.
Yeah. And a lot of people were up in arms because there's a kiss as well. I mean, the kiss in this movie it's like practically a millisecond.
It's a peck. I didn't even notice it.
I mean, it's like it is so. I was like getting ready for this tongue session we were gonna get.
You wanted like a Tom Cruise, Telly McGillis.
Yeah,
just like going at it, Pixar
it was like,
style.
It was like nothing. If you watch that movie and then your kid asks about it and you can't explain what happened in that movie, I think that's a you problem. You can't explain basic life if you can't explain the scenario that happened in that movie. It's not like it was hard to understand what was going on. But yet people are up in arms for no
I think
reason.
The IMDb score definitely reflects like a cultural brigading rather than like an accurate reflection of
for sure
what this movie's rating should be in the abstract.
Like Letterboxd has a much more even keel rating for it because Letterboxd people are sane.
Sure. I mean, Letterboxd people swing the other way completely. I mean, they will absolutely vote up something
they may
that's not great
a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm fine with it. I thought it was such a nothing. I don't know why people get all up in arms about.
I think we know why people are all up in arms at it, but it's much ado about nothing.
Sure.
It's because it's any inclusion of any sort of gay theme in any movie is just you're ruining my children.
Sure.
The dumbest thing in the world, but
yeah,
that's where we are.
I mean, I'm glad it was Pixar because they treated it how it should have been treated, which is just this is a part of the story. It's not the story. It's just a story that like happens everywhere, whether you like it or not. It's happening. And just because we don't put it on screens doesn't mean it's not happening. So I liked that they just put it up there and it wasn't a thing at all for me. But
So
sure, other people can decide to not have a great time in life as much as they want, I guess.
in the canon of things, did this movie come out before or after Ellen DeGeneres came out on her TV show?
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like that was like 1997-ish.
Okay, so this movie's more progressive than Ellen DeGeneres was back then.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to apply that lens,
know.
that
Oh, 94. Ellen came out in 94.
Okay, so
no, negative. That's the first episode of Ellen.
Okay, yeah. I thought we were in middle school when she came out on TV. Yeah.
97, April 30th, 1997.
There we go.
Wow.
it still would
Lightyear
not have
paved
been
the way for Ellen DeGeneres.
It
She
still
should
would
be
not.
thanking this movie.
If you're trying to set this movie in 1995-ish, this would not happen in a movie.
Not at all. No.
And
Not
we
at
know
all.
that because it didn't.
Right. Yeah. Which is fine. I in many other ways they weren't actually setting it in 1995. So yeah, there was like a lot of things that just, if you reimagine this movie using technology from 1995 and like where computer graphics were at that time, 90% of this movie would have been CGI garbage. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
low polygon count, jerky animation, you know.
Well, I mean, Toy Story came out in 95.
Yeah, and Toy Story was intentionally low polygon count. And if you watch it today, it has jerky animation compared to what we're used to today.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about like way worse animation than Toy Story.
That reboot TV show that Zach used to watch, whatever it was called.
Yeah. That was way worse.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what was being released in the mid 90s was that reboot style.
Yeah.
Like you go back and watch Johnny Mnemonic and stuff like that. Like major motion pictures were releasing that kind of stuff and trying to pass it off as good computer graphics. So I'm assuming Pixar wouldn't be releasing this in 1995. It'd be some other studio. Because Pixar doesn't make movies like this in 1995.
No. Pixar doesn't make movies in 1995.
It's getting very meta. Okay, the other thing I want to say, unless Kyle, you want to stick to this topic?
Well, just on the 1995 thing, it would have been fun if they had made this a 1995 soundtrack in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Like, or at least thrown in a couple songs.
One effort to try and tie this, if this movie was supposed to come out in 95. I think that would have been kind of cool. It didn't bother me. It just would have made it more fun. Go ahead, Zach.
I gotcha. I think this movie more would have come out in would have been made in 1993 because they would have had time to put it together before it could release in 95.
Sure. Shot in 93.
Shot, yeah.
Okay, so a 93 soundtrack then.
Was this movie computer animated or was this live action? As in the world of Toy Story?
Oh, in the world. Well, what?
Because it was more real looking than the real world, right? So I think it was live action.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a live action movie in the Toy Story world.
I don't know. I had fun with this movie, but really, you know what movie I want to watch? I want to watch Sid's favorite movie from 1995.
You would. I do not.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Of it on his wall.
It's a Cronenberg film.
that would be amazing.
Yes, I want to see Pixar make a kids Cronenberg movie.
Okay, the only other
whole bunch of ears on Woody and
gross. I want to contrast this film to a movie like Solo, a Star Wars story. Because I think this movie did really well what that movie and many other movies do poorly. As far as an origin story. So this is kind of an origin story for Buzz Lightyear for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gave us a lot of the like Buzz Lightyear things, like his laser arm pointer blaster, whatever, his wings that retract. Like the way that they introduced those in the story just felt very organic.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they came up, it was like fun. It's not like I'm waiting to see, well, how are they going to incorporate this? Like there was no groaning moments when like a new Buzz Lightyear kind of thing happened. It was always like fun, a fun reveal when a new Buzz Lightyear thing got added into the story. Whereas like Han Solo, he's like going through customs and they're like, so what's your last name? He's like, I don't have a last name. And they're like, you mean you're alone? I'll just say Solo. Like it's answering questions that no one cared about or asked, you know? Whereas this one is like, I guess I kind of knew that he didn't have his wings during this movie, but I wasn't thinking like, oh, when are they going to explain the wings? You know, but then when he did the ejection seat and he had wings and the rocket pack, that was super fun. And I was like, this is great. You know, that is a great origin for this, why the toy would have that.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like Buzz Lightyear is going to forever have these now, but the toy would have that.
Yeah. And that's a cool callback to Toy Story where he has the firework attached to his back. And he does pick up he does push the cart and the wings come out. And like,
Mhm.
that was just a neat little moment where the two movies shared the same thing.
Yeah. So I thought they did a really good job with that.
Same for his opening narration when he gets on the planet and he's, you know, doing his monologuing is the same narration when he comes out of the toy in Andy's out of the packaging in Andy's room.
That's cool.
Where, yeah, you know, it's like not sure if air is breathable. Like it's word for I wouldn't say word for word. It's almost the exact same narration. I thought that was again another neat thing. Not necessarily that the toy and the character would have the exact same narration, but
Mhm.
those little ties between the movies
Yeah.
were fun.
And I did love all the different variations of the spacesuit.
Mhm.
There were a lot of slight variations.
I didn't even notice until the end when he wore the suit that the one he was wearing was not the same as the toy's suit. I thought that was clever enough.
Sure. Well, I think he's wearing the Toy Story suit at the very beginning, right? And then it reverts to a different suit for the bulk of the movie until the very end.
Is that what happened? I guess I didn't notice it was a Toy Story suit until the end, but maybe it was at the beginning too. I just didn't clock it at the moment.
Zach, do you remember?
So here's my experience. I'm not going to stand by this 100%. I remember watching it thinking at the beginning, that's the Toy Story suit that we all know and love.
Mhm.
And then at the end, seeing the suit, I was like, no. Oh, okay. No, this is the suit. That one must have been different somehow because this one looked more like the suit than the other one had in my mind.
Sure. Maybe it was
So I don't
another
know.
variation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We'll never know.
I mean, we could just watch the movie again.
Nope. There's no way to
It's
know.
impossible to tell.
Or I'm sure the internet will have already figured this out.
It's
Nope.
absolutely
If only we
impossible to
had
know.
something like a search engine or something. But we
If
don't.
only someone had a
We
website
don't.
called Screen Rant to explain these things to me.
Oh my God.
Guess we'll
Screen
never
Rant.
know.
19 things you didn't notice in Lightyear.
That'd be fun. I would watch that.
I have direct access to the guy who started Screen Rant.
Like to punch him or what?
No, I mean like we follow each other on Twitter and never talk to each other, and he only follows like a few people.
Oh wow!
From back in
Wait,
my movie webmastering days. Screen Rant was a very small website when him and I would go back and forth. His name's Vic. He sold the website a long time ago for who knows how much money. That was before they had like 2 million subscribers on YouTube. And had pivoted to video. Anything else with Lightyear?
No.
All right. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye.